guys, it's Alicia. It's been a while since I've sat in front of my favorite camera and actually just talked to you guys. I've been using my iPhone as my vlogging camera, and so far it's going okay. It's not my favorite type of camera to vlog with, but it's been working out fine, and so I've been able to vlog a lot more. So I hope you guys are watching those videos, and if you have been, then you know why my background is really different. I am currently living with my mom. I moved from like the LA area. I'm still in California, but I now live in the desert, and it is so hot up here. It's insane how hot. I cannot take the heat. I have my dogs on my bed, and I'm just sitting on my bed because I no longer have like a filming background, so I'm trying to make do with what I do have. And as I was setting up to film, my mom has a puppy and I adore her to death, but right now she's on the shit list because as I was getting ready to film, she peed all over my pillow. So that just happened. I'm trying to do the best I can with my setup and the lighting. Thankfully, I brought my lights and my camera and my tripod with me because I knew I did not want to stop doing YouTube videos. And yeah, so this video is actually a collab with one of my dearest, closest friends here on YouTube. I love this girl so much. Her name is Velmalee, and she does have a YouTube channel. I actually met her because she was a subscriber of mine. And for the longest time, I noticed that she would always comment on my videos. She was always like the first one to comment. She was always so sweet and positive and kind, and never missed a video of mine. And then I don't know why it took me so long to realize that she had a channel as well. But as soon as I started watching her videos, I totally felt a connection with her, and we started building a friendship. And then I was able to meet her when she came out for Generation Beauty this past winter, and meeting in person totally created a whole new bond. So I am doing this collaboration with a very, very dear friend of mine, and I really hope you guys will check out her channel. She is so talented when it comes to makeup, and she has the sweetest, most loving, caring heart and personality that I've ever met. So please go check her out. I will link her video down below in the comments. Let her know I sent you. Let her know I told you hi. And yeah, so we are both going to be talking about the same topic. And the topic is anxiety. Most of you know that I have dealt with anxiety and depression for a couple of years now. And I just kind of wanted to update you guys on it. For those who don't know my story about my anxiety and depression, tell you guys what I've experienced, my story, what I've gone through, and hopefully some way, somehow, this will help some of you out there. And not only that, but it also helps you guys understand me a little more, and it will just, I also feel like it's something that so many of us go through and none of us talk about. And it started off for me when my dad died, and that was about 5 years ago. But even prior to that, I remember certain scenarios as a young teenager where I experienced panic attacks, anxiety attacks, but I just didn't know what they were at the time. And it was always when I was under a lot of stress or something really like traumatizing happened to me. It was always one of those scenarios, and basically back then it would start with, you know, I'm crying, and as I'm crying I'm losing my breath, and then all of a sudden my body just goes numb and I can't catch my breath, and I feel like I'm having a freaking heart attack and I'm gonna die. And I realize now that they were just panic attacks, and for everybody they experience anxiety and panic attacks differently. Not everybody experiences the same symptoms. Some are more severe than others, but we all know what it's like to have some sort of anxiety. The difference with dealing with anxiety, and for me, is anxiety and depression, because a lot of times they do go hand in hand. The difference with somebody that has anxiety disorder, most of the time it is a daily struggle and a daily battle. Not only that, it's also something where you have no control over it. I have the fan on because it's so hot, so my hair just like is going all over and it's really bothering me. But anyways, for me, I now know what triggers me. I now understand my body, and I understand my feelings, and like I also know what does trigger me to get to that point. And it took me a really long time to understand that. It took me a long time to understand that it's something I couldn't control. It didn't mean that there was something wrong with me. It didn't mean that I was weak, because a lot of people think like, oh, just get over it, everybody's having a hard time, or we all have bad days, or we all get sad, you just need to get over it. And it's like, it's not about that. It's not about just getting over it. Anxiety disorder is something that is an actual mental illness that a lot of times it's treated with medication along with counseling. And there's so many people I know in my life that do have it and don't seek any type of help at all. They just basically deal with it. And how they do that, I have no idea, because I have had many scenarios where I've been in public and I have an anxiety attack, and it's a horrible experience when you're out in public, because you just want to crawl up in your bed and go under the covers and not see anybody and just cry your eyeballs out, because you just go into panic mode, like you don't know what to do. They started happening more often, and finally I did speak to my doctor about it, and I told him that it was something that was interrupting my life way too much. I wasn't able to function in school. I wasn't able to get through my day without having some sort of panic attack. Very overwhelming. And for me, it's a lot of stress factors. It's also when if I'm in a confrontation with somebody, or for instance, when my grandfather passed away, that was probably the last time that I had a really bad, major anxiety attack. No, I take that back. Just recently, when I was on the job at work, I had a panic attack. So a lot of times for me, it is when I'm under stress and in some way or another. And I finally, when I talked to my doctor about it, he did let me know what my options were, since I had already been going to therapy for about 5 years. He did offer me some medication to help. And he started me off really low, the lowest dose, which is 0.25, I believe, and I was on that milligrams, just one a day or as needed. And then when I saw him for my follow-up, I told him that it really wasn't helping. I was still having the same symptoms, and so then he increased it to 0.5 milligrams. So once he increased it, it helped a lot. And a lot of times I don't allow myself to even get to that point anymore. If I even feel an ounce of anxiety, I will take at least just half of my pill to help me, and it helps a lot. And for me personally, that is what works for me. It may not work for you, it may not help you, you may need a different type of anti-anxiety medication. I know there's other kinds out there besides Xanax, and I know that Xanax has a really bad reputation, but if you are using it for the right purpose, then there is no harm in taking it, especially if it helps you. But definitely speak to your doctor about it first. I know more or less now what to expect and how my body reacts, and there are times when I do have a lot of anxiety, or an episode as I like to call it, where afterwards physically I am just so drained, like emotionally and physically drained, and it just takes so much out of you, because because your body gets so worked up and your mind basically takes over your body and you have no control over that, and it really sucks. It really does. But I'm here to tell you guys that like there is help out there. There is help, and being able to share this with you guys has been another thing that has helped me so much, because I shared this a long time ago on my channel and I got so much feedback from you guys that were personal messages, comments, direct messages saying thank you for sharing it because I experienced it too, but just by me sharing my story helps somebody else. So that is the point of me doing this as well. Also, it's something that, you know, I also feel that unless you've gone through it, people that don't go through it or never experience it are not sensitive to it at all. They are the least sensitive. I've had people tell me like, oh, just get over it. There's just been many times where like people in my life personally don't understand, and so when I shared that here on YouTube, it was amazing to know that one, I wasn't alone. Two, the people that are watching my videos, majority of you guys experience the same thing, and it's amazing that we're able to connect on that level, and it has nothing to do with beauty or vlogging, but the fact that like I'm able to share that with you guys and we have that connection, it is amazing to me. So I encourage you to talk to some of your friends about it, or if you have a channel, if you feel comfortable sharing your story, to being able to share that with somebody and having that support system helps so much. Knowing that when you're going through that hard day and you've had to take a Xanax or you've had to take a time out, because taking time out helps too. Like, you know, there are times where I don't take the meds, and instead I just stop whatever I'm doing. I just kind of take a deep breath, regather myself, calm myself down by breathing through my nose and out of my mouth, and praying, and just pray and ask God to take, you know, the symptoms away and the anxiety away. And a lot of times the anxiety that we're going through is all mental. Like half the time, like it's me worrying about something that's not going to even happen. I just give it to God, and I honestly tell God in my prayers, like, I can't handle this right now. My mind is taking over all of my emotions, and I just need your help. I'll literally just pray that. And just having a really bad day at work, things weren't going very well, and I wanted to just walk out on my job, and it was all due to anxiety. Like, I was literally working. I had worked 6 hours that day, and from the time I started work to the time I got out, I literally was fighting the tears and anxiety the whole entire shift. And I had even taken my meds during my shift. I know a few people that had like chest pain and they ended up in the ER thinking they were having a heart attack because it could get that severe, and all it was anxiety. So it's really isn't just a word or a term or a medical term that like should be used lightly. Like, I really dislike the fact that society makes it seem like it's not that big of a deal. Something that a lot of us struggle with, and it is an illness, and it can be treated, and we can get help, and there's so many ways of getting help. Journaling was a big help for me. Prayer, meditating, talking to other people that do have anxiety, talking to you guys, and having friends that know what I'm going through and like that can somewhat understand what I'm going through, what I'm having, my anxiety and depression. it really helps having somebody to talk to. Because I know for me personally, the first thing I want to do is shut down and block everybody else. But in actuality, that is just hurting your situation more and making the anxiety and depression worse. Or you're not ready to share your feelings with people about it, email yourself. Write out an email or write out a letter and send it to yourself. And just by expressing those feelings, it helps so much. A lot of times you do need to just take that moment or a couple of minutes to just, take a deep breath and calm down and let yourself know that, like, it will be okay. You're going to get through this. It's only temporary. Whatever it is that you're going through, it is only temporary. And I always have to remind myself that, because I get so caught up in the moment and what's happening right now, today. I focus on the negative too much, a lot, instead of focusing on the positive. And once I start reversing that in my mind and I start focusing on the positive and saying, you know what, screw it. If the worst thing that happens is that I don't, for instance, I'm looking for a job right now, and I was having a lot of anxiety about it earlier today, that I went for the interview and I haven't gotten a call back, and what if I don't get the job? Okay, worst case scenario, I don't get the job. That is it. No big deal. Is it gonna end my life? No. Is it gonna affect me 5 years from now? Probably not. I just hope that somehow, some way, whatever I said helped you guys. And if you have any recommendations, or if you would like to share your story, you would like for it to be private, just between you and I, feel free to message me on Snapchat, on Twitter, on Facebook, even here on YouTube. Please do. I'm here for you guys. This is why I have my channel, for this reason, to reach out to you guys and to share my story, my struggles, and to let you guys know that you are not alone. I hope this helped you guys, and I want you guys to know that I appreciate every single one of you that watches my videos, and I appreciate every single comment, every single thumbs up, every person that is subscribed, every person that watches that isn't subscribed. I appreciate every single one of you, and I just want to thank you guys so much. YouTube has helped me and changed my life so much. I would not have met all the amazing people I've met so far, and for instance, I would not have met Velma if it wasn't for YouTube. So literally, YouTube means way more to me than just videos and having fun and enjoying what I do. It goes way deeper than that for me. So just know that you guys are appreciated by me. Please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe. If you're coming from Velma's channel, please let me know. It would be an honor to welcome you guys into my YouTube family. You guys are my besties, and that is what my YouTube family is called. Always remember, it is only temporary. I will see you guys soon. Love you guys. Peace out. Mwah.